Okay, we're back for part three. Took quite a good break there. I haven't progressed in the game at all. We are in the middle of the Mississippian era, and just to refamiliarize myself with what's going on. Okay, here we go. 4 AP. The Shawnee are in decline. The Ho-Chunk will move, and the Cherokee will move. So we'll move the Cherokee forward one, and the Ho-Chunk will move, and we get a defensive roll. We'll take a defensive roll against Ho-Chunk. And defending with a 2 is much better than with that 4. And we passed. So the Ho-Chunk have been repelled, and we get 4 action points to spend. Quite a good amount. I think I'd like to drive the Cherokee back a little bit. And maybe we can drop a good here. That's a thought. I'm going to spend 1 on driving the Cherokee back. And we succeeded, so that gives us a little breathing room. We still got the Great Sun. I'm going to use the Great Sun, and let's drive the Ho-Chunk back. So I get 2 dice. And we succeeded. So now we got quite a bit of breathing room, and we'll spend the last 2 on increasing our palisade. So we're up to 3B. 1 more level and we're at full palisades. What do we got? We got 4 minus 3 is 1 action point. We're going to have a Shawnee Revolt, and everyone is going to be in Ascension, so this is a tough one. Shawnee Revolt, well, they're not in decline anymore. This stinks because they're going to advance. Well, no, because this will Green Birdman will quell a revolt. If I roll a 3, the Shawnee will advance. If I roll a 5, they will retreat. If I roll anything else, it's no effect. 2. 2 is my chiefdom, but it has a great leader in there, and they quell the revolt. Everyone is in Ascension, and the Natchez and the Cherokee are going to move. So everyone is in Ascension. Natchez, we will do a defensive roll. Because they're in Ascension, a defensive roll counts as a 3, so that makes it worse for us. But here's our free defensive roll. And we passed. And the Shawnee, or the Cherokee, will also move. We didn't use our Great Sun yet. And we got 1 action point. I think what we'll do is we'll push back that Cherokee because they're the closest. So we'll use the Great Sun to do this. Spend our action point and the Great Sun, and we will ride out and face the Cherokee. We need higher than a 3, which we got. So they are driven back. It's the end of the turn. Just burning through cards, and that is okay. 1 more, and then we'll pause. We've got 4 AP. We've got the Ho-Chunker in decline. And we got movement from the Cherokee. Okay, what are we going to do? That would be nice. Ho-Chunker in decline. I'm going to pause. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to see if anything is worth dropping on the board. This copper might be worth because we could get a trade good out of it. But it would be expensive. It would be 4 and then 4. Oh, but it would be a good one. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm going to look at this. Okay, nothing really fit my fancy. I wouldn't mind flipping that obsidian or that mica. Maybe I can get that mica this turn. But what I'm going to do is I think my plan is to drive the Cherokee back and then drop a powwow here. Keep them from advancing. Because they're the only ones that I don't have a good defense on. I got a nice 2 here. 3's not good, but it's doubled. A 2, a 2. So I feel pretty good everywhere except for here. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend one of our 4 on trying to drive this Cherokee back. So higher than a 2, which we got, just barely. And then we can spend our great sun with 2 and powwow here. Don't know if that's wise use of... Gosh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I think we're going to drive him back one more, which is just as good as a powwow, right? All it does is stop him by 1 movement. So if I have a peace pipe here and they advance, they stay here, and that costs me 2 AP. If I drive them back 1 and they advance, they move here, and that costs me 1 AP. So I don't think that is worth it. The powwow might be worth it here. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to drive him back 1. I might as well drive him back with the Great Sun because I'm going to use the other 2 to finish the Palisades. So we're going to drive him back 1 with the Great Sun. We have it because we were going to powwow with him, and we decided not to. So the Cherokee go back another 1, and then we're going to spend our last 2 to complete the Palisades. So now we have a defense in the middle of a 2, which probably will come in handy. So here we go. AP rich, no black tortoise yet. It's kind of crazy. We have Ascension in the Cherokee line. We have Kato moving and the Cherokee moving. So the Cherokee are going to move. The Kato are going to move. Let's make a defensive roll against a 2. Oh goodness, that was horrible. And we succeeded. So we're doing great. Burning through cards. Cherokee are in Ascension, so it would take me a little bit to drive them back. Let's spend on that Micah, I think, is what I want to do. So I'm going to spend these 3 AP. We're going to spend on this Micah, and that's actually going to give us another trade good. So that's where we are after this turn. Oh, and the black tortoise has made an appearance. So we've got 5 minus 3 is 2 APs. Now here's how the black tortoise works. We have to roll a die and then consult a chart. And oh, look at that. What he is he is a great leader. And in this case, he is a great leader of the Shawnee. So it does a couple things. One, it eats up our Great Sun. So our leader is no longer available. This is a time in history where they had a great leader and we did not. So we establish a black tortoise, but that also means you get a movement. So every time we see this symbol, we establish the black tortoise if he's not, and then I do a movement wherever the symbol is. So that's a movement for the Shawnee, and then the Shawnee are going to move again. We're going to defend against it. And the difference now, all the rules are the same, but the difference now is if I roll a 5, which would normally be a successful roll, it counts as a failure, but the good news would be the black tortoise is defeated. So this is a defense roll against that Shawnee move, and we were successful because they are not in Ascension. And we have a Ho-Chunk move, which is good because we backed them off earlier. Okay, we've got 2 AP to spend. We don't have the Great Sun. However, I think I'm allowed to powwow anywhere the black tortoise is. Let me, I'm going to double check that because I think I might be able to drop 2 AP here to put a peace pipe, and that'll slow this down. I don't think it gets rid of the black tortoise. That's what I need to check. I will be right back. I'm going to consult the rule book. Yes, we are allowed to powwow on the path of the black tortoise, and I think that's what we'll do. it costs 2 AP. They're no longer in Ascension. It costs 2 AP to do this, and what it does is it allows me to place a peace pipe in there. But again, I'm having that thought of, if I succeed with one, it's the same price. But I don't have the black, so the great sun. Let's go with it. Enough of this. Let's just play the game. Okay, so this is bad. We've got 5 and trade goods -2, so we get 3 action points. And in looking at the powwow rules, if we're in the Mississippian era, if another black tortoise symbol comes up, I believe I roll and replace him again. I don't think he stays where he is. Shoot. I wasn't expecting this to happen so fast. I'm gonna double check that, but I think I roll and replace him. I'll be back. Yes, I'm right. If I roll a 6, he stays put. So he does move. So this roll will be where the black tortoise moves. And he moves to 3, which I think is Cherokee. 3 is Cherokee. So the black tortoise is going to move to the Cherokee homeland. That doesn't affect our peace pipe. So the Cherokee are going to move 1 per the black tortoise symbol. The Ho-Chunk are going to move twice. So we're going to defend once and hopefully defend twice. So this is defense 1. We failed. Okay, this is bad. They are going to come in again, and this time I either choose to click down the walls, or I choose to defend. I don't believe I'm at risk of getting hit if I fail. So I am going to defend Cahokia. So this is just like defending a mounded site. And we succeeded. So we don't have to click our palisades down. We repelled that second movement. But we are going to have to do something about this. This is no good. The Shawnee are going to move twice. The first one is going to remove the peace pipe. The second one, I'm going to take a defensive roll because I'm going to want to use all my APs against these Ho-Chunk. So defensive roll against the Shawnee. We were successful. And then I think there's another movement on there, on the Caddo. And so we'll do a defensive roll against the Caddo. On top, doesn't count. And we're successful. So that was a good turn, other than these darn Ho-Chunks. But we got three shots to drive them away. So we are going to drive back the Ho-Chunk. This is a roll for a 5 or a 6. Ooh, look at that. Dancing around in there. And that gives us 2 APs that we weren't planning on having. I'm going to drive back the Cherokee. And we were successful. And then we're going to drive back the Cherokee. Really, I'm trying to roll a 5. Look at that. You ask for it and you get it. So even though that would normally be a successful roll, they don't come back. The black tortoise is defeated and the great sun is reborn. So that is the end of the turn. The great sun becomes available. We're not losing anything. Our trade goods, let's do a trade good check. I got 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ones. I think I feel pretty good. We're doing good. I am going to pause. I'm going to take a drink of water and I'll be back. I'm also going to count my deck, see how we're doing. I'll be back. Okay, we've got 22 cards to go. So we got a little bit of time before the Spanish could show up. The earliest the Spanish can show up is 11 to go. So Fort Ancient, we get 2 APs. We have the Shawnee are in Ascension. And then they are going to advance. Oh, this is tough. Because defending, I would need to roll a 5 or a 6. So I'm going to go for that, and then we're going to try to push them off with the Great Sun. So this is a defensive roll against the Shawnee. Looking for a 5 or a 6. We fail, but at least we didn't fail miserably. We're going to spend an AP with the Great Sun, and we're going to try to drive the Shawnee back. I need a 5 or 6. Now we failed, and we got one more shot at it, but we only get 1 die this time. Oh dear. Hope I didn't knock anything. Okay, we failed, and we failed with a 1, so normally that would cost us an additional AP, but since it was our last one, that's okay. What does happen, though, is these hides get flipped. We're still okay on hides, though. So that is the end of the turn, and let's just keep going. We've got 5 minus 2 is 3. We've got a Kato Revolt, so let's roll Kato Revolt. Goodness gracious. 5 is the Kato. It's in their homeland, or not their homeland, but it's in their territory. It drives them back. We've got the Shawnee moving forward, the Natchez moving forward, and the Cherokee moving forward. So the Shawnee move forward. They're getting to be a problem. We're going to defend against that. And we fail. The Natchez move forward. We're gonna defend against that because we need the AP to do something about those. Oh crap. Alright. We've seen this before. The wheels start to come off. And then the Cherokee are going to move forward. So we've got the Great Sun. We've got 3 AP. I don't need to save the feathers, but I'd like to get these guys off my doorstep. So we're going to spend 1. We're going to spend the Great Sun, and we're going to go against the Shawnee here. They are not in Ascension or anything. Where'd my other die go? So I need to roll higher than a 3. This is with the Great Sun. We got it. Okay, we're going to spend 1. I didn't spend that 1. We're going to spend 1 on the Natchez to drive them back. Oh, crap. So that costs me an AP. Okay, that is the end of a turn. So the Great Sun becomes available, and we got some damage to take. Hides go, which is okay because we're safe here and here. And this good feathers goes. But you know that is not the end of the world, because we can rebuild it maybe at a discounted cost in a better warpath. Okay, that was a bad turn. We're going to pause. I think my wife's going to come inside. Oh, yeah, dog's barking too. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I don't know what's going on out there. Let's just keep playing. Hopefully the dog in the background doesn't bother you. We've got 4 APs. That's good. We're going to need them. We've got a Ho-Chunk Revolt. This is good because this might drive them back. Oh my gosh, I swear. It's not good, but it's not bad. Luckily, we've got a Birdman on the number 1. We've got the Cherokee in decline and the Kato at that move. So this is our chance to take advantage of. Again, it's the Cherokee line. I don't like that because they're easy to move, but better than nothing. So what we're going to do is we are going to spend 1. We're going to drive the Cherokee back. Okay. We can. Maybe we ought to use this one. We're going to spend 1. We got the Great Sun too. Let's spend 1 and 1. I don't like doing this. So that costs 2. 1 to put it down, and then 1 to flip it. And then we're going to Great Sun the Natchez back. So we're going to Great Sun at the Natchez. So we get 2 dice for this. And we were successful, just barely, in pushing them back. So that's the end of the turn. Great Sun becomes available. The Cherokee are no longer in decline. draw a new card. Oh, it's a green one. That's nice. So we got 3 APs. The Kato are in decline. And the Cherokee are going to revolt. So let's let the Cherokee revolt. And it's a 2. And that's the one we just put on, Birdman. So we're okay. So we get 3 APs here. Let's push the Ho-Chunk back with the Great Sun. So we're going to try to push the Ho-Chunk back with the Great Sun. We're going to roll at Ho-Chunk. And we're successful. Nice roll. That might save us. And let's push the Shawnee back. That's a fail. And let's try one more time on the Shawnee. That's successful. So that's good. Also a good turn. End of the turn, Great Sun becomes available. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the Spanish era. Oh boy, this is a bad one. Anytime it says human sacrifice, that can't be good. So we've got 5, minus 6 is -1. I get a minimum of 1. Everything is in Ascension. This is going to be a tough round. The Cherokee are going to move twice, and the Natchez are going to move twice. So we're going to do a double defense against the Cherokee. Defense number 1, they are in Ascension, so I need to roll higher than a 3. I failed. Movement number 2, and then the Natchez move 2, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I've got 1 AP to spend. Shoot. I think, gosh, I'm not sure. I think the Cherokee moved more than the Natchez, but I haven't been paying attention. I feel like the Cherokee have moved a ton already. So we're going to move the Natchez back. We're going to use the Great Sun, and we're going to move the Natchez back. Now they are in Ascension, so I need to roll higher than a 3. We got it. And we got some cleanup to do, so this one gets flipped. And we get the Great Sun back. And we're on the verge. We've got 2, oh look at that Cherokee moving, I called it wrong. So these are gonna, APs go forward, the Natchez are gonna revolt. The Cherokee are in Ascension and they move. Natchez revolt. Oh, crap. So they advance on the revolt. Cherokee are in Ascension, and then they move. So we're gonna defend. Yeah, we're gonna defend Cahokia against the Cherokee movement, and we get it. No, we don't, because they're in Ascension. Actually, I don't know if the Warpath Ascension counts on Cahokia. We're right at the end of a video too. All right, I'm gonna pause and look it up, and I'm gonna come back before we cut this one. Okay, our roll of 3 was good enough because it says the Palisades strength is never modified. So we push them back. We're gonna lose some stuff. We're gonna lose these feathers and this obsidian. So let's close this out, but before we close it out, let's do a quick trade good check. It looks like I've got 4, and we're at 5. I don't think that has affected us. No, because that was way high. And these are all white, so we might have lost it in there and I didn't grab it, but I don't think we gained any AP on it. Okay, we're gonna close out here. I know we're awful close to the end of this game. We got 2 dudes on our doorstep, but we got good Palisades, and we still have a little bit of hope. So I'll be back with part 4 maybe. Peace.